Alright, so people are talking about the fact that Hugh Jackman might be sticking around as Wolverine even past Avengers Secret Wars.
This report is saying Hugh Jackman will stay as the Wolverine in the MCU for another decade and even with another trilogy planned. All in all, do I believe this will happen? No, I don't. I am willing to place money he will appear in Avengers Secret Wars, but not after that. But what are my thoughts on if this were to happen? Truthfully, I'm not on either side. I'm not really like, yes, I want this to happen, or no, I don't want this to happen. He is the peak Wolverine casting, and that is just a fact. Whoever comes after, if someone comes after, will have huge claws to fill. Hugh Jackman played Wolverine for 17 years, and was set to be done, but came back for Deadpool and Wolverine, and will most likely come back for Avengers Secret War. So at that point, he has been playing this character for 27 years. And if the MCU is planning on going with more younger X-Men cast, it'll be kinda odd seeing Hugh Jackman there. Just consider the young X-Men cast from the Fox movies being the main X-Men with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. At the same time, they will definitely keep Ryan Reynolds around as Deadpool, so that will also be weird if there's a new Wolverine interacting with him. I actually think at that point they should bring back X-23 and have her be the mainline Wolverine. I would be really down for that. She was basically set up in Logan to be that in a certain sense, and then also had her MCU debut in Deadpool and Wolverine. But the biggest plus about Hugh Jackman staying on is just seeing his version of Wolverine be in a big proper universe. You know, because of those old rights issues, the X-Men, the rest of Marvel weren't able to have any sort of crossovers and have them be in the same world as Spider-Man, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four. And this wasn't a rights issue, but he never even wore the classic Wolverine suit until Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, mental. And you know if he stays on, you will see Hugh Jackman always wearing that suit and different versions of it, like the brown suit. In just one MCU movie, Wolverine was done so incredibly right in comparison to his previous 10-something X-Men movies. And just imagining what the MCU would do with him moving forward is a dream. Say this supposed trilogy, for example. You could have another outing with Deadpool, that would be a blast. Doing a classic Wolverine versus Hulk story would just be every comic book fan's dream come true. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine just standing side by side with X-Men in their classic colorful outfits has somehow never happened, and it would be amazing if it did. Just thinking about the things they could do but weren't able to do before is just awesome. But at the same time, you had him team up with Deadpool, you had him wear the classic suit. If he returns in Secret Wars, no, actually, when he returns in Secret Wars, he will interact with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man for sure. That one seemed impossible. But then if he continues after Secret Wars and interacts with Spider-Man, it will be with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which would be sick, but it just would not hit the same as with Tobey's. There's just so many things to consider, and I'm not ready to say whether I want him to continue or not.